Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Apologies for yesterday. I know you're getting bored to tears of the UK Nature Watch stuff, which is, very exciting for me. It's my new sexy project, and it's good. It's actually going to benefit here as well as over there as well. There's lots of shenanigans and sexiness about it. Okay, it's deeper than it's like ogres, right? It's like onions and ogres. There's layers, right? There's layers to this, and it's very, very cool and very, very sexy. And if we're going to do it, it's not just a bird box. No, that'd be boring. There's lots to it, and it does benefit Greatest Good Village as well. So bear with me. However, I was where was I? It was miles away. It was it was a trek and a half. I was in St Albans yesterday. I was thinking I was going to be back sooner than I was, and the meeting overrun, which is always a good sign. And it was our first meeting, and we were just getting to know each other and seeing the opportunities that we could do and where we could place things, deploy things, plant things. Yeah, we'll put a tree up and then put the bird box on it, and then when it grows, no, we're not doing that. Take too long. Not that we thought about it or anything. It just take too long. But yeah, so yeah, I was expecting to be back sooner, and I wasn't. So I'm sorry. But very good. And I went to see the cathedral. Wow, very sexy. Very, very gorgeous. If you've never been to St Albans, I had never been to St Albans, and I had little butchers around the town as well, and a little bit of lunch, brunch type thing. Really nice, really cool, very excited. Not as many charity shops as I like. I like a good treasure hunt. Do you know what I mean? Not too many where it takes over the town. We all know the towns that have done that, right? But just a few, I think that we only found 2 or 3. But yeah, well, we were a bit early. This is the thing, right? We were promised the journey was going to take a certain amount of time. It took less than that, which was shocking. And we were doing the speed limit. Thank you very much. But then it was that twiddly thumbs time. So it was like, okay, we'll do a bit of charity shopping. We'll go into the cathedral and all that kind of stuff. And then I had a really good meeting. So it was it was a good day, but I got back late. So apologies. I'm so sorry. So this reading, this question comes from Yvonne, who's one of our Village Elite members here on YouTube. So we must praise Yvonne. We'll praise. Is this enough praise? Much praise for Yvonne and all the other Village Elite members. But you can join as well if you wish. But basically, the basic place for the coffee. They were asking, "Hi, Gigi." Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. You all right, love? You all right? You're doing well. Hope you're well. I'm very well. Thank you, Yvonne. I was just saying that to you. Very lovely. I'm all right. Yeah, had a good day out. It was longer than I was expecting. That's what she said. But I mean, but it was good. It was good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Could you please do a reading on Tommy, as the conclusion to his court case is on the 4th of November? Thank you. Love and sweet kiss. She didn't say that. There was lots of emotes that strangely enough, I can't put emojis in here. I don't know why. I really do not understand why I can't put emojis in it. But there was lots of that. A lot of snoggage with tongues, emojis, and other things that are perverted, and it was gorgeous. Thank you very much indeed. So yeah, Yvonne said this with 41 upvotes. 41. That's impressive. That's impressive, Yvonne. As clearly, see, the people followed their calling towards. They saw your badge and went, "Oh, she's a Village Elite member. Oh, we should back her up or she'll bully us." That allegedly. So let's find out what's going on with Tommy Robinson's court case for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. I've got the log burner going as well. It's so cozy. Oh, it's so nice. And who was it? Before I get into this, there was someone who asked me another question. Oh, wait till we're waffling, because there's always waffle in there. So let's have Justice. Oh, straight out. Two of Wands. That sound. There's a weird energy there. Two of Wands, plotting, planning, scheming. Notice the Two of Wands is looking at the Justice, because we always like looking at the pretty pictures. And the Justice is like doing their own thing. It's like, nah, justice. Three of Swords, Ace of Cups. This feels like another double down thing. King of Cups. Page of Wands. So they're Googling. King of Cups could be Tommy. Kind of get that sense of heart on sleeve kind of energy, that kind of thing. A lot more balanced than he was, a lot more grounded than he was originally. The boy's grown up, which is nice to see. See, this over here, it's very odd. I know we ain't got very far in, but it's very odd where I'm getting the image of kind of, you know, when you like pass messages in school, like under the table kind of thing. I'm getting that kind of energy about it. And I don't know why. I also don't know who this Three of Swords is for. This upset, this heartbreak, this... because it feels disconnected compared to this. I know this, the Phoenix here is looking at it, the Googling of it. Knight of Pentacles. That feels like paperwork. That doesn't feel like submitting a report, another court case. There's paperwork here. There's something, right. We're going to put this on the record. We'll see what this is at, because it's niggling at me. There's something here about, and I don't really know much about this court case at all. I've been paying attention. The China thing and other stuff is taking my attention away, and obviously, you know, on our jollies to do UK Nature Watch. So it's a little bit kind of, but I'm really getting the energy of kind of a counteract, a countersuit, kind of fraud keeps coming up. And I'm just wondering, it does resonate a little bit on the Three of Swords. I was going to say, I'm just wondering if the Three of Swords is all the people who, like the police officers and stuff that were putting up these statements, have now kind of painted themselves in a corner where suddenly they've been proven that they're, you know, like there's some sort of fraudulent element or something or other. I don't know, but it's got that energy about it. Yeah. Right. Emperor. I don't like that energy. King of Wands. The Emperor feels like it doesn't feel like a politician. It doesn't. It feels like a loudmouth in the mainstream media. Could be all of the mainstream media. It doesn't feel right though. It doesn't feel like it's upright. It doesn't feel like it's in reverse. It feels like it's on the wonk, where we need to keep the control kind of energy. It's not slap bang in control. It's that we need to keep hold of the reins. This is not going to work out for us kind of thing. King of Wands feels more like Stuttery Starmer and his ilk. Having a say in the matter. And notice how the cards are touching here. So it feels as if, I don't know if the court case gets thrown out or it's a not guilty or something or other, because I know that from the little I know, there was talk about how the reason for the arrest or the reason they approached it was unlawful. And the prosecution was trying to debate and trying to say, well, even though that was unlawful, the rest of it was lawful, so it's fine. It's, it's that kind of, like I said, it feels as if it's coming to bite, because it's like, if that's unlawful and this is unlawful and your statements are kind of squiffy, and you see what I mean? That's what I was kind of getting up here. But there seems to be Stuttery Starmer doesn't like the fact that this paperwork's been handed in, or his ilk, right? Labour, right? But the Ace of Cups I haven't mentioned, but that feels like a new chapter, kind of the turning of the page, where it's not just frivolous, constant bombardment of legalese towards Tommy. It's now compensation. It's now fight back. It's now holding them accountable. It's that sort of energy there. Okay. The last card, Chariot, determination, moving on. But these two aren't happy. These two aren't happy. And there's something here about with Stuttery Starmer or Labour in general. Watch their actions. Once again, I'm putting it on the record. We don't know. It's almost as if the energy I'm getting, the feeling I'm getting is that they're not like this Tel Aviv, what was it? The football game thing. Yeah. And the kind of blatant anti-Semitic thing. They're making statements on Twitter, but they're not there's no action. Yeah. So it's meaningless. They're just trying to show that, this is outrageous. But that the West Midlands have said, oh no, we're not allowing Jews here. This is basically right. But there's no action there. Feels as if that because of this, there is action suddenly because of this paperwork. I hope I'm explaining that, where it's almost as if they're not saying anything, or they're like, oh, we've got a judicial system, blah, 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 it's independent, blah, blah, blah. But there's active movement to prevent stuff happening. Do you see what I'm saying? The contradiction will be clear. And the true light, as it were, will be there, blatant to see. You won't stand up for these people, but you're desperately trying to pin everything on this person. You see what I'm saying? Or prevent this investigation from happening, or prevent this paperwork to be filed. Do you see what I'm saying? There's like a weird contradiction. But the Chariot here is not connected to these two. This is Tommy and maybe his legal team here. And They've done the research, the Googling card here. They've everything's clubbed together. And then this card here is like quite literally running over the media and the government. It's just like, we don't care. We're going to do it anyway because that's the law, kind of thing. We are going to go against these people. We are going to go against the who did this, that, and the other. Put their name to the paperwork. Yeah, it's that kind of energy. Holding people accountable. I could have just said that. I don't know. Overarching energy. 6 of Swords. Mini leap of faith. Yeah, moving away from stormy shores into calmer shores. Yeah. Why is that in reverse? 2 of Swords. Underlying energy. Truth revealed. I don't know why it's in reverse though. I always put them upright. Yeah, see? So there's no mistakes in tarot. I keep telling myself. but it's there for a reason. 2 of Swords in reverse. Exposure. They can't make a decision about it. They're stumped. They're painted into a corner. It's exposed. Yeah. Hence the 3 of Swords up here. They're trapped. So I'm going to turn that around and put that back in. Just so I remember doing it, right? But interesting. Right, so let's get the gossip card. For the new boys and girls, this is the foundation of the reading. We do a bit of gossip and then we go into the outcome at the end, all right? So we've got the main players here, it feels like. And there's a lot of them. So it's almost as if they're like the state is already plotting and planning for the next court case, because they can see that this court case is falling apart, but they're not realizing that there's enough data, there's done enough research to start filing against them now. There's something along those lines there. And while this is going on, just as a highlight, just a little thing. Jess Phillips still hasn't started a review into certain types of gangs. Supposedly can't find someone to run it. Really? I'll run it for you. I'll run it if you want. I'll do it. I'll be independent. Strange that, isn't it? Was it now 5 months? 6 months now? Since that's been... and if you hear any noises in the background, by the way, the old deer on the corner is having her bushes trimmed. I think that's enough said. But she's got men in. She's brought the men in to trim her bush. They've been there all morning. We are so childish. We really are. No, but genuinely, she does have some men in to do. So if you do hear noises, that's what's going on. Oh, I don't want those images. Go away. Anyway, let's get some gossip here. These feel almost ready. If you're new here and you like a chuckle, you like to have a little bit of fun, while hopefully learning something, then please subscribe, dingling that bell. Come and join the Greatest Good Village. Thummy, that really does help us out. And if you can hype as well, if you've got any hype, think that'd be gorgeous. That really does help us out. I don't know how or why, but there you go. Play the YouTube game thing. Hack the algorithm. And comment down below if you're reading along. If you know maybe particularly who those are, then please... do that. That'd be fantastic. And also that's where you can suggest future readings as well, like Yvonne did, and upvote and democracy to a certain extent in the village. The vague possibility of democracy in our YouTube comment area. So thanks for everybody who does that. It genuinely helps out, and I really enjoy reading your comments. Oh, that's what I was going to do. There was a comment. I want to name and shame. Who is it? Hillary. No, I don't think it was that one. But Hillary said, "Are we ever going to see your face? Or are you going to remain like stick?" Yeah, cheers. No is basically it, because it's not about me. Basically. And also, this is the extent that my... go into the same old crud that we have to do every time. So basically, I had an accident, quite a bad one, a couple of years ago. We don't really talk about it. You know, intensive care, hospitals, blah, blah, blah. Stuff, reasons, right? Okay, things happen, okay? And unfortunately, the aftermath of that is that this is the extent of kind of like the mental health elements of it, right? I'm fine now, physically. It's just the shadows are still there, right? So that was my awakening. So we're not... It was a blessing in some sort of way. Bloody hurt, put a real crimp in my day, don't really like talking about it. But that's the reason why I don't do, the face camera thing, because it's not an egotistical thing. It's not really about me. It's about the cards and what we're feeling and all that jazz. Yeah. Thanks for asking. You're clearly new, but there you go. All right. So if anyone else asks, you could just mention, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be lovely. So very, very nice. I'm not bitter at you. I'm just bitter at the fact that it's been like Christmas in the shops for the last week and a half, and I'm getting really annoyed of it already. So you haven't even had Halloween yet. Just give it a chance, people, for goodness sake. So, planned outcome on the justice card. See what I mean with the plotting, planning, scheming? People, like, they're already outraged. Yeah, they're already kind of trying to pin something on him. Yeah, further stuff on him. 3 of Swords, big news. Yeah, the tables have turned. Ace of Cups, trains or transport. What I'm getting with that is similar to the new chapter, turning the page. Kind of moving away from this constant BS and now moving into kind of, not necessarily, I don't want to call it like counterattack kind of thing. You can't keep doing this. You're clearly wasting everybody's time, money, effort. People are putting fraudulent names and statements and things allegedly into this to try and get it through. Now we're going to start moving away from this, is what I'm getting, right? But the justice there with the planned outcome. I found coffee, by the way. Cheers. Is what I'm getting is kind of like a little bit of a sly smirk, if you get me. Kind of. Where it's almost like the damage is already done. Yeah, that was the real outcome. It's not really anything to do with it. It's that sort of energy, right? I'm getting that. I get in the sort of energy of this should have been thrown out. It's like frivolous. If you start looking at it, it's frivolous. It's it's very odd. It's this weird energy that I may need to get the dinky deck for that if we don't find out anymore. But King of Cups, Shadow Ruler. King of Cups feels like Tommy. So the Shadow Ruler, it almost feels like it's almost showing their hand. It's the sort of energy, especially with the cards that she's holding there, kind of showing what's really going on. Page of Wands, cyber attack. Remember, the Page of Wands is my Googling card. So this doesn't feel like an attack necessarily. It's gleaming information. They've become knowledgeable. So from that Google search, we've now got where to go next, what to do, the big news. We're counterattacking over here, that kind of energy. Excuse me. Knight of Pentacles, battleship. See what I'm saying? Whatever this paperwork is being submitted, whatever this is the real battle. Emperor. Disaster for the mainstream media. We've got the King of Wands. Politicians of government. Yes, we know. Yes. We've said that before. And the Chariot card, solution to the problem. Rolling over them. Quite determination. Off we go. Yeah. We've got movement 3 times, if you notice. 6 of Swords, transport over here, the Chariot card down here. So there's a lot of kind of off we go. Here we go. You wanted to start this fight. Now we're finishing it, kind of thing. Business tycoon, Elon Musk. Underlying energy, joining forces. Yes, they are. So then, this is good. This feels. It feels like there are many areas that are suddenly squeaky bum time. Technical term. Because of this relationship with Elon, because of, I think there's mutterings. I think they know where this is now going to suddenly go. And the tables are turning. And to be honest with you, if it's ridiculous that if like a court case falls apart, as obviously with the China thing, or in any walk of life, or, you know, where statements are proved to be like false, or statements are proved to not be truthful, I should say, then the court should automatically start arresting people in the courtroom, especially if it is police officers, especially, you can't, it's the only way, in my humble opinion, maybe I'm talking absolute rubbish, but in my humble opinion, if you prove time and time again that none of it makes any sense and is absolute tosh, then arrests should be made in court, and they should be, that's off we go. Just, do you know what I mean? As automatic, as just part of the law, automatic, if you're caught being naughty shenanigans in a high place. But that's just me. Anyway. Here comes the outcome. So, there just seems to be a different weird energy going on with the outcome cards here. It's almost as if it's almost as if the plan doesn't get foiled, but interrupted by another frivolous. There's something off. There's something off. One more, and then we'll go. But let's find out, shall we? Page of Swords. It's like flimsy. It's like rumor. It does feel upright, but it's like gossipy. Yeah. It's not lies. It's just gossip. It's just on the grapevine. Yeah. 2 of Pentacles, trying to balance it out. Ace of Pentacles, planting the seed of opportunity. 5 of Wands, people are not happy. Fair enough. King of... excuse me. Core. That definitely was my little throat. Just went... boop, boop. It was very nice. King of Pentacles is a big player, whoever that is. Could be Elon. Notice the pentacles here. Notice about all these pentacles all of a sudden. I think that could be. But it does feel as if I'm getting the energy of they don't want to play the game anymore. Suddenly they're on the back foot. Oh, I don't want to play the game anymore. We're just going to shut this down. You know, it's that kind of King of Cups. There's a microphone there. Don't hit it, people. Can we please stop hitting the microphone? It wasn't me, Sharp. I'm professional, all right? Sharp. So, King of Pentacles feels like he stands up for the values of things. Yeah, it's not necessarily about money. It's about worth, values. The example for the new boys and girls I always say is like that trinket that great Aunt Doris gave you as a kid. Maybe meaningless to everybody else, but has value, has worth for you. Yeah? It's that kind of mentality. All right? So standing up for the right reasons, if you get me, is what we're getting here. Strength card to stand their ground. Six of Swords again. Moving out of these stormy waters into calmer shores. They're on the right foot, if you get me. So they really don't like this. The Five of Wands here really does feel like, because their names are on the paperwork. This is what I keep getting here, it's the names on the paperwork. They signed their names. They are personally responsible. It's that kind of energy. Oh, but they were working for the police flippity flop department. No. It's their name on the paperwork. Their name. Yeah. It's that kind of energy I'm getting. And it kind of unravels. It's like, so why wasn't the supervisor, the sergeant, whatever, not looking over this? Why wasn't you see, it starts unraveling in that way as well. There seems to be kind of unraveling in lots of ways, and it's lots of squeaky bum time here. That's what I'm getting here. Four of Wands, happy home, 1111, make a wish, right? Notice here, for standing up, celebrations, happy, joyous. Judgment, the trumpet of truth. Yeah? Notice this. Like, the only thing so far that we have from the external world, as it were, Five of Wands. We may have, you may say, Page of Swords, gossip on the grapevine, but it's initiated by the team and Tommy and his team. Yeah. I suppose reaction to it, juggling, trying to balance it out, not working, planting the seed of opportunity. Here would be kind of like for me would be kind of filing the paperwork of the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom here that we had. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting. Now there's crap hitting the fan, technical term. And this here is just literally happy, happy, joy, joy, pretty much. I'm surprised the Sun card hasn't come out, because they're now caught up in their own mischief. Victory, success. Oh, wow. There you go. This is what we're getting. This feels as if overarching energy, Four of Cups. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to. This feels, obviously, media, the government especially, they don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to participate in it. They don't want to, they don't want to even give it any credit, any kind of volume, any sort of situation. So this is going to turn around really nice for Tommy and his team. Underlying energy, Eight of Wands, quick communications, quick movement. So all in all, they Starry Starmer and all his ilk can ignore this as much as they want, but the movement is happening. And it's going to spread. It's going to spread a lot. This victory here is going to be everywhere, and they can't ignore it. And I feel like there is something here about a precedent. I keep talking about the paperwork, the signatures and all that kind of stuff. It just feels as if that's the precedent. It's like you cannot build something, based on like some sort of terrorist kind of action, like claim to try and get into something or other, to try and do something that was unlawful. That like the domino effect. You can't do that. And then try and put it on paperwork saying that you were doing the right thing. Oh, whacking people. And then, do you see what I'm saying? It's like, there's more to this. What I keep seeing is like like a rock being thrown into a pond, like obviously the ripple effect. This is big. There is something here that it is huge. It is like, it almost kind of puts things back in the box. And I'm being reminded of what I said a couple of readings ago, and I can't remember which reading it was from. Welcome to my world. Memory is rubbish. But what I was saying is concerning Tony Blair and the Human Rights Act, and what it really means. Because up to that point, the relationship between you and me and the government was, we could do whatever we bloody well wanted. And the government went, oh, but please don't do these things. And we went, all right. And that was the law. Yeah. Common law. As of the Human Rights Act, and then it was doubled down and tripled down with the European and stuff and malarkey and all that. But basically it started off with Blair, which seems like he's never done anything right. Where I'll just put that there. Where he was saying with the Human Rights Act is then suddenly you have no freedoms. Okay? You and I have no freedoms whatsoever. And everything is then decreed from the government. Notice the difference. So that's why we've now suddenly, 20 years later, 30 years later, have now ended up in this situation where you can take a Lucy Connolly to court based on a straw man argument. You are inciting violence. Am I, from Lucy's point of view, am I? Well, prove it. Well, we don't have to prove it. You could have incited something to someone. And because you could have, and we deem it that you possibly could have, we're going to lock you up. It's that kind of thing. It's not based on fact. It's not based on it. That's why they got this this weird way of doing things. It's not the only areas they're doing this, but it's been happening for a good while now. And this is the extremes that we're now seeing. Okay? So it's something here where it kind of finally puts it back in the box, where, because this is the thing, okay, the people with like Lucy Connolly, there was statements with signatures with, like, this is truthful, blah, blah, blah. It's, it's not fraud. Well, it is fraud because you're stating that this thing would possibly happen. But you have no evidence of whether it did or not or anything. Unlike America, where you do have to draw a correlation, okay? Similar, what I could gather from my friends over there, similar law, but there has to be a kind of a direct line, as it were, or a reasonably decent line. Cause and effect, yeah? So that's why, like, Farage and a few others keep going back to, and I've been saying for years, got to come back to that and get rid of it. There's going to be a huge change. This feels like it's part of that pushback. It's putting people back in their box. It's finally it's finally making people more accountable for their actions. It's something to do with that. You can look into several different areas of the police, what they do right now. And several different areas of the police are based upon, majority of the time, based upon this straw man argument. Okay? It's not just speech. There's several other areas where they're doing this false kind of, it could be that, this, that, and the other, with witness statements based on that hypothesis. So BSing, not based on fact, not based on anything. And then that's been put into court, and that kind of, and convictions are happening based on that BS, right? So this feels like it is a phenomenal shift, a phenomenal reset. And I'm very intrigued about where this goes next. And I wasn't expecting this at the beginning of this reading, to be honest here. I wasn't expecting this at all. But there's a lot, especially with the Six of Swords twice. It feels very much like I'm being drawn to like the ripples of the rock in the pond again down here. So anyway, I'm going to do the Kipper deck just to finish it off. A little cherry on top. Do you know what I mean? If you've enjoyed this, subscribe, ding-a-ling, and all that stuff. Yeah, do the YouTube stuff. I've already said it, so why repeat it? But yeah. Any plans for the weekend? By the way, anything good? You can plop them down in the comments. You know, so I can just. It just makes stalking my audience a bit easier. Do you know what I mean? If you just put it down there, it's I've got things to do. You know what I mean? Have I mentioned that I went hundreds of miles away? To a nice place. It was nice. It was very busy as well. Like really busy. Kind of like a consistent kind of activity in the town centre, which admittedly it's a city, but mainly because it's got a cathedral, but it's a large town, right? I was really impressed by there was a consistency of like flow of traffic of people, and people were supporting their local shops and things, and I really liked that. It was like, wow, how refreshing is that? So it seemed nice, and it looked very pretty. If you've never been, like I hadn't, it's a very pretty place. Go and treat yourself for a day out. It'd be nice, and hopefully I can go back again at some point. To put some bird boxes up and start another stream for UK Nature Watch. But decisions have to be made. You know, stuff has happened. Now we've had a meeting, we can review it. So here we go. Despair. Yes, we've got that up there. Yeah, we've talked about that. Message of concern. Yes, planting this seed of opportunity. Main female. Ooh. Mature man, underlying energy, high honor. This main female feels as if she was in charge of the police on the ground. She feels like sergeant. I don't know the hierarchy. I don't really, I'm not really into uniform, if you must know. That escalated quickly. It just gets in the way of the bow chicka wow wow. Do you know what I mean? It's just too much clutter. Get out of the way. So that really escalated. But the main female feels as if she was the one in charge. Doesn't even need to be a woman. It's just the one in charge on the ground on the day. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Just about to talk about the man here. I just, what? On my throat chakra. This feels like Judge. With the high honor here. This feels like the bar where it should be. and hasn't been. And if people think there has been, they're lying to themselves. So it's like, this feels as if the I don't think this is part of the reset, but kind of holding to a higher standard. And that's why it's not just her, there's multiples, but there's like, this feels as if this is the real change here. You can't BS your way out of this kind of energy. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to leave that there for now. If you enjoyed it, thummy it, like, share, doobie-doo, all the stuff. Thank you very much to everybody who does share these videos around on other social medias. It's very, very kind of you. That's very, very nice. Our knights and dames of Spamalot. Thank you very much indeed. I haven't said thank you to you for a while. I rectified that. Thank you very much indeed. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.